let's jump over to Andrew Tate because he has gotten arrested again. And it seems to have come right after his podcast about the Oscars.
Let me explain to everybody how the world works. Oscars are a reward for being owned. Congratulations, you've been a good slave to the Matrix. You've been a good cog in this system. You don't get an Oscar unless they're happy with you. How and why would they be happy with you? Well, I don't think many people understand that streaming is a relatively new phenomenon. And streamers becoming cultural icons is certainly a very new phenomenon. 5-6 years.
Yeah.
You can become well-known.
And streamers that I have noticed, and he mentions Logan Paul here in this podcast, but streamer that I've talked about a lot lately is Destiny. Forgotten his real name again. But he's been making the rounds. He just did a debate with Candace Owen. He's done a debate with Ben Shapiro on Lex Friedman. He just did another debate that I was watching, a long one that I'm in the middle of, 4-hour long debate with some historians in regard to the Israel Hamas. And the one thing about Destiny is he knows his stuff. And I said this in the last video I did about him. He knows his stuff. He's not an idiot, like Andrew's saying here. There are some people that are being, it seems like they're joining the other side because they are starting to say things that, just don't make sense. Let's keep going.
The internet, streaming on a platform like Rumble because of free speech without a gatekeeper.
True.
But traditionally, normally, if you want to get famous in any sphere, there is gatekeeping. So let me give you some examples. If you want to become a famous streamer, you can't say anything against the Matrix or YouTube will stop you.
Yes.
There's a wall. This is the wall. And at some point, the wall
Turns gay.
turns gay.
It's a rainbow wall.
It's a rainbow. If I had more colors, I'd do a rainbow wall.
We're going to go black and blue.
Shit. Nice. So you're a person, right? And
Gatekeepers, this chat's saying.
Gatekeepers. Nice.
Gatekeepers.
So you're a person, and you have dreams and ambitions. This is you, person.
I'm going to illustrate this with a graph.
You're a guy, and you want to become an actor, or a singer, or a streamer, or a novelist. Doesn't matter what you want to be. And you think that your talent and your hard work will get you there. And then you realize you need some networking. You need to know the right people. And then you're going to realize that sooner or later, you're going to come up to a gatekeeper. And a gatekeeper is either going to be a publicist, a manager, an agent, a production company, a streaming platform. It doesn't matter if it's YouTube. It doesn't matter if it's Warner Brothers. Sooner or later, for you to be well known, you're going to have to do a deal with the people who are in charge.
Or let's talk about John Cena and the Oscars, because this is what Tate and those guys are saying. He was doing his shame ritual or his humiliation ritual or whatever, which very well could be.
Oh my God, a naked guy. Wow.
You know,
look at all those fucking actresses sitting in the crowd. Oh my God. This is so funny. It's not even fucking funny. Where's the joke here? Not only is he humiliating himself, and we all know why, but they're trying to pretend it's a joke. What's funny?
I gotta say, those guys are pretty funny. I've never really sat and watched one of their podcasts before, and this one I actually sat through, and I mean, it's pretty funny stuff. Bottom line is masculinity is still on the attack. Everybody knows this. Anybody in, that sphere, red pill sphere, whatever sphere you want to fucking talk about, everybody knows that masculinity is under attack. And last night, or whatever that night was, John Cena, I mean, it makes sense. It's believable that he was, out there doing Hollywood's bidding to emasculate men. And, at the Oscars, what was the big winner? It was the Big Man movie. The Big Man movie pulled off the big win, and the Big Girl movie failed again, which, seems to be running theme at these events. You know, the female movies always are the bridesmaid, never the bride. They never seem to win best director or best. And that being said, I mean, I thought Barbie was, you know, pretty silly. It definitely was a movie that was trying to talk about the patriarchy and young girls who still comment, oh, it's the patriarchy. Every now and again on comments on my videos, you'll get some girl talking about the patriarchy. And of course she gets eaten alive by, you know, other people. But yeah, this attack on masculinity is still happening. And but, you know, the world is always going to be a boys' club, not because I say it is, but because that's the way it always has been. The secret societies of the world have always suggested that they are boys' clubs. So, you know, people have to understand that we're all just being manipulated, just like the Tate brothers said, that, you know, the Matrix, whatever they want to call it, it's a real thing. And people are fucking with us. And you know, masculinity is one of the most important things in our society. And, you know, I got into a bit of a debate with a few of the commenters in one of my last videos about the road rage. And, you know, you get these beta males commenting in the comments. And, you know, sure, we love all the comments. The comments are great. Comments are great for the algorithm. Keep feeding those comments. You have shitty things to say, go for it. We love it. We welcome it. That being said, you know, a lot of guys have, you know, challenged my masculinity. I said a few things that, you know, in regard to somebody shooting back at an unarmed man. And for me, I was just simply stating that if an unarmed man comes at me, it's probably a safer bet for me to engage him with my hands, as I, you know, some may not believe me in the comments or didn't believe me in the comments, that I've been doing martial arts and boxing my whole life. So yes, I would view that circumstance from a different angle because I know how to defend myself. I've always said, you know, one of the most important things as a man is to learn to defend yourself. Learn to throw a punch. It's one of the things I taught my son. My son's now 22 years old. He does the podcast and the show with us sometimes. And yeah, I mean, one of the most important things you have to learn as a man is to protect yourself, defend yourself. Because if you can't protect yourself, how are you going to protect others? Some people may think that sounds silly, and I know I've explained that to lots of women in my life, clients, friends, over the years. Oh, you know, if you have kids, most important thing you can do, teach them how to throw a punch. And the reason that is because school can be a challenge. You know, we can't fight to eliminate all bullies in this world, but we sure as hell can fight to make sure that your own kid knows how to defend themselves against these particular people. And you know, this Hollywood attack on masculinity, the participation medal generation, I mean, it's all connected. All this stuff is connected. Turn us into a soft, malleable bunch of wimps that, you know, can't fight back.